All right, in this episode, we break down Dakota's pitching mechanics.
And we talk about rep ranges for Olympic lifts.
All right, Brent Porcio, Stephen Godani here at the @TopVelocity hashtag Pitch Tip Show, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, @TopVelocity, hashtag Pitch Tips, hashtag Baseball Tips. Anything you got for us here, we do at Top Velocity. We'll answer on the show. We have had been a great show so far. We also got the new Top Velocity Baseball Science Series. If you haven't seen the first episode, pretty cool. Really kind of having fun, but diving into the science behind this approach. So that's gonna be going off as well, not as frequently, obviously. So you guys can really learn a lot about what we know here with all the high-level science. So be looking out for that. What's the question for today? Dakota asks, hey Brent, how would you grade my mechanics? All right, Dakota, we broke down your mechanics. I like your mechanics. I'm seeing that you might be not the tallest guy, you might be somewhere just under 6 feet or maybe 6 feet. Tell me if I'm wrong. Good. Look, you're a thick guy. You look explosive. Really like your back leg drive. Your front leg's a little vertical. I would like to see your front leg get a little more linear, but you are in flat ground. I think it would help when you're on a mound. You get in a more linear position, and then we'll get more trunk movement. We don't have a lot of trunk movement out of you. So you hit front foot. Your shoulders are separated, but your hips aren't through yet. So you also could maybe have some mobility issues, or based on your size, you just might need some more power. So as those hips come through, if you're still in that good horizontal adduction, that good counter rotation, that's gonna work for you to generate more trunk movement going forward. Because when you go into maximum external rotation, you don't have a lot of trunk tilt at that point. We need more of that because that's gonna give us more load in the arm, more speeds coming out of the hand. So it really, guys like you, I just wanna make you more dynamic. If you're not the tallest guy in the world, you're making up for, trying to compete with guys a lot taller than you, so you got to get more power through your body. And I'm seeing with you, I like your movements. I just want power through the body, through that back hip, through that trunk going forward, and then that's really gonna do at the end. So, like I said, when some guys get to the place of like good mechanics, or like a decent set of mechanics, you might not be throwing like as hard as you want, you might be like low to mid 80s, but it's just telling you you're not going explosive enough through those movements. You could look just like Chapman throwing 82, but what gets him to 95 is that, or 100, is that he picks up the speeds through those same movements he was doing at 82, 85. So you're kind of there. It's like you're pitching like Chapman in warm-ups. Now let's do what he does and take it to the level. That means more power through the delivery. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I like your mechanics too. I thought you had a pretty good front leg, like what Brent's saying too. It definitely could get more linear with a little more extension, but once you get that back leg drive down with it and putting more force into the front leg and really getting lower and getting a good knee extension and loading up that arm, man, I think you're there. You just got, like you're saying, got to get a little more power.
Awesome. Next question. Nate Butler asks, what about rep ranges for ollie lifts? I have been doing heaving weight at 2 to 3 reps, 5+ sets. Should I do more reps? No, you're in a good rep range. I mean, you could go a little higher, 5. Talking with Matt Bruce, if you didn't see the show with Matt Bruce, he's the Olympian, 7-time world champion, 3-time Olympic alternate, or 2-time Olympic alternate, whatever.
I thought it was like 7-time like all world, didn't you say?
7-time all world champion, that's what I said.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, but Matt said his rep range with ollie lifts were, 1 to 5, and then his strength lifts were 8 to 3. He actually never squatted anything less than 3 reps. So he could only give you his 3 rep max, which is interesting because they know the value, obviously, for them is in the ollie lifts, not only because those are the lifts they compete with, but those are the lifts that allow them to get more motor unit recruitment. Here's the thing is, if you go into like 8 reps of an ollie lift at a high load, say 80% of a max, you're gonna hit rep 4 and 5 and you're gonna start slowing down, and that tells you you're not recruiting any more motor units. So we use a Tendo machine here, which measures speeds, and we do that so we can see that. If we see a guy, you know, his speeds are really good, and then all of a sudden, you know, 4 or 5, they really considerably go down, then we're just back into strength at that point. There's not a lot of motor unit recruitment, and that's really what the Ollie lifts are trying to do. Recruit more motor units. You're always going to be able to do that in less reps, because the more reps you go, the more you burn off and fatigue those motor units. So stay in those reps. Those are great reps. If you want to go up to 5, you can go up to 5, but those are great reps. Just make sure you're periodizing like we do here at the 3X Pitch Velocity program. We have a periodized model for you to follow, and gives you those rep ranges and percentages and everything, loading and unloading, to help you progress and not really too much overtrain or undertrain. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, just like you're saying, good reps, and just make sure you don't get to the point where you're doing like so many reps where, like he's saying, you start like slowing down and stuff like that, because then you're really not working on power anymore. You can start getting into endurance, and that's really not what we want to build.
All right, awesome. If you got a question, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, @TopVelocity, hashtag pitch tips, hashtag baseball tips. Ask your question, we answered on the show. We're going to be at Nashville, the ABCA convention. Come out and see us in Nashville. Got a lot of great guys being there. Joe Torres, first round draft pick back in the 2000s, is a coach, and he came down and believes in the 3X approach, teaches it. He's going to be there. He's a great guy. You might really want to meet him. Shout out to him. We're going to have David Ardsma. We're going to have John Heisinger. We're going to have Justin Ottman, 3X coach in New York. We've got Steven here. We've got Kevin Schultz here. Everybody knows Kevin Schultz, who's been down here, is going to be there. So it's going to be great. Great to come in, hang out with everybody. We'll do some episodes down there. It's going to be fun. So come on up to Nashville for that. If not, we'll see you down here at 3X Velocity Camp. Got camps going on this weekend. Got camps next weekend, and got camps all the way into the summers. So check us out, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Hold on.